What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Thomas Talk podcast. And today we are just gonna honestly be giving reviews and insights on this brand new merchandise. And you're gonna get an exclusive look as we will be talking about the Cranky set. That video hasn't even released yet, and it will release at the end of the podcast. So be excited for that video. It's very hype. But if you don't want spoilers to that video, I'd probably leave because, well, we're gonna talk about that one because we had a lot of issues. Oh, I think it was the headphones. Anyway, hi guys. What's up? Anyways, guys, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. So, I think I want to show off this clip, which has gone viral. I filmed it on this playset, and I just want you guys to know, I really wished I filmed it, but I watched the dumpster throw that Cranky set in the garbage. Like, I sat there with the lawn chair as the trash can got picked up, and I watched the set fall into the trash. So I don't have it anymore. I completely threw that thing away. And guys, don't throw your sets away. Return them if you can. I couldn't, unfortunately. But...
Lovely.
It doesn't stop. The stop switch. I even tried fixing it in the components, and I literally couldn't because the plastic part was bent itself.
Bro.
So I can tell you how to engineer that Cranky set if you ever need it. I know where every gear goes now because it fell over so many times, and I had to put it back together.
And then you just threw it out.
I literally threw that entire... I ripped the Cranky off its base. If you didn't know, Mattel makes beautiful playsets now that are one way. Once you plug it in, you can never undo it without breaking it. Like, a lot of people were trying to return their Tid Shed sets, and they're like, this doesn't come undone, and they're breaking. All the people are breaking these toys trying to take them apart. You literally can't take these toys apart anymore. And people are yelling at us. Guys, this has been a thing.
Yeah, like...
This is something Origins Go had a problem. This is something Trackmaster 2, not as bad. It's probably the worst it's ever been now. But Mattel is really trying to do that, and I think it's to stop things like returns and other things, I guess. Like, why else would you have... When you plug on the roof to Tid Shed, you can never take it off again, ever. Is there, like, a gain to that at all?
Yeah, that makes it so you can't return the set.
Or if you have the human figures by themselves individually, if you plug them into the back of Tidmouth, you'll never take them out of the set again, so you can't use them.
Bro.
Like, it's really bad.
It's like the most Mattel thing.
And we just reviewed the new 3-pack engines. And, I mean, we were talking about how the buttons are actually much better. So, clearly, the play sets get cheaper versions of these. But the problem is, these things are fast. And we were talking about, man, these things are actually kind of nice now. At my graduation party, yeah, Percy didn't even make it up. The Superstation ramp that was going like that much of an incline. Like, it was nothing. Like, obviously he didn't get over like the actual bridge. He couldn't even do the freaking Origins Go barn that's just like one hill, like that much.
Bro.
By himself. No cargo.
This is not what we meant by it. We want one battery back.
I'm like, does that not say it all?
Wooden Railway's king. That's what it tells me.
Wooden Railway was single-handedly was the worst motorized thing ever. Whoever thought, instead of having a wooden train, let's just make it 100% metal, triple the price, and horrible motor.
And then it's still better than the 2026.
And then it's still faster. I will say these ones like those wooden railways sucked.
Yeah.
They were just a mistake. Some of them looked okay, and then there was like Toby's that just ruined everyone's days. I swear the wooden railway battery operated Toby is straight up just Trackmaster Toby forced on a wooden railway chassis. Like, he is ugly. Like, wow. And, I forgot comments. Let's go, guys. Hi, welcome to the chats. I'm so sorry I wasn't reading comments. What's up? Welcome to the stream, everybody.
What you guys doing right now? Watching?
Yeah,
watching while at work.
That is what you should be doing instead of working.
No, you shouldn't. What in the world?
Mattel needs more female characters, and they're looking Duck, because he's gonna be a side character, or she. First off, the people everyone keeps saying Charlie's the trans one. I don't remember when Duck was brought in the conversation. How dare they? At least Charlie's a nobody.
Don't they have plenty of female characters now?
Also, didn't Mattel learn their lesson that wasn't the issue at all? The female, that was not a problem in any era of Thomas Family. Even Audrey had that issue. Back in the 1950s, people complained about it. And guess what he did? Nothing. He just wrote his own thing. He ignored them. And guess what? It worked out fine. I can point out female representation. Like, Daisy was a main character in the Railway series. She actually worked on Thomas's branch line. Like, you know how they wrote her out of the TV show. They wrote out, it's Thomas Percy Toby. No, it's a quadruple. Daisy's a part of that trio.
Maddle is a main character in Detective Edward. Like, this is...
Bro, Thomas does not have an issue. CGI, they had Sir Topham Hatt run the railway, and also his mom, Dowager Hatt. You know how much funny comedic that adds to it? Like, there's, plenty of females, and I don't...
And every time they've tried to add a new one, it's just sucked.
It's forced and bad.
Like, Nia sucked. Kana sucked. Rebecca,
and
underrated.
The one thing about these characters is, weirdly, they didn't suck when they were first introduced. Kana and Nia had solid movies, and the best part about the movies was their characters, because this movie was made about them, more or less about Thomas. Like, you're watching Big World, Big Adventures, Thomas is a doofus the whole time. You're watching for the way Nia and Ace interact with Thomas. Not really anything else in that movie. And Kana has, a great story arc in her movie, and then they just never talk about it again.
Yeah.
And, then they just become cookie cutter, good guy, no personalities, counting numbers and being painters.
Yeah. I like pink because I'm a girl, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what they do with Rosie.
That's a great point. I don't understand how when they were like, we have a problem with not having females in our show. Anyways, Rosie, let's make her less feminine. They did that at the same time.
That's true.
Also, yeah, I agree. Rebecca is underrated, but I don't want her to come back. She just needs to stay. See, the reason she's underrated is she stopped. She only had 3 seasons, and she wasn't there. If she comes back, she's no longer underrated.
The reason Rebecca is underrated is because she barely had any screen time.
Bro, she had 3 episodes as a main character. That's a problem. Bro, Edward had more episodes.
And Edward was replaced by Rebecca.
I mean, in the first 3 seasons, Edward appeared in. He had he had a chunk, Rebecca, she only gets to appear in half the episodes because Thomas goes on a big adventure for half of them. And then she gets even half because half the Sodor episodes are side characters, like the good old days, and half are Steam Team. So if there's 26, divide that by 2, Rebecca gets to appear maybe 4 times a season. And this isn't as a big character, this is just freaking appearances.
Dude, our video coming out on Friday is going to be between the Flying Scotsman and Gordon. It's about Flying Scotsman's relationship with Gordon. And it's kind of similar to the relationship with Rebecca.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
It's more like a sibling matter.
It's a sibling matter, but it's
writing things that I know nothing about. It's really, I keep thinking about. We have another video about Nia that I'm working on. I know nothing about anything like African culture or anything. And I'm just writing an episode. I hope I'm not cooked. Or I'm writing an episode about sibling rivalries. I don't know anything about that. I know nothing. Nothing.
We're not brothers, by the way. I know that's contrary to popular belief. You can tell.
Admittance, I did do the sibling thing at the end. I did have Thomas say friend too for the loners like me out there. Those siblings. I'm like, if you have a sibling, the logic of the episode can apply to friendships in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think a lot of people, you guys really enjoyed our Percy and the Troublesome Trucks video.
It was 80th Percy, by the way.
Yeah, I did just Percy in general, but you guys really liked it. You said you really liked how realistic it was. It felt like an actual episode or like something the official channel would post back in the day, like the TT. I really like that. And a lot of you complained that I can see the end of the set. I can see that. I'm like, bro, you think I'm rich? I don't got track.
Straight pieces, dude.
Knapford Station is easily the hardest set I've ever worked on my entire life because just to make the you need 12 pieces just to have the basic part of Knapford done, and that's like 1/80th train fills up that entire thing because they're so bad. And then that's not even making like a siding of 3 tracks plus the lines going out. Bro, it takes so many pieces. It's like, I'm sorry, I try to not make it show, but if I do sometimes, I do,
Especially in the winter when you can't stay out there and it's cold.
Oh yeah, if I could go back, I would reshoot so many scenes of Super Ed because there's so many scenes of me just actually freezing.
Yeah, it was so cold filming that episode. That one and the Christmas one.
The Christmas one, yeah. Remember our 80th videos were just destruction. and then I made a recreation of an actual episode. And then they just kind of did their own thing. The 2 random ones I filmed in Florida, the minecart and the James and Henry video, filmed in October. With me, it was filmed like the old All Legends Go videos. And I just silenced it, and I had to slowly translate every single line I said. And then I'd have to match up how I moved the engines to. That was horrible editing those 2 videos.
Yeah.
They got more views than literally our motorized ones, so clearly you guys love those. So I'm glad, and I will try to make more as we are going back to Florida.
I can't believe what Justin does for those videos, especially in the winter. Like, I helped with the Christmas one. It was literally 6 degrees outside.
Yeah, you just have to keep going. I'm really upset. It's been raining here, so I haven't been able to actually finish the neon because I need it to be a nice green grass because the final scene involves a cow and a farm, and just dead, wet grass pushed down will look super ugly. I need it to be nice and grown. Like, are you kidding? And hey, it's gonna be grown like Wednesday when my church has VBS right now, so I couldn't go out there and film if I wanted to because it's the day everyone's there. And then also I have plans tomorrow when it's all of a sudden it stops raining. It's gonna be lovely. I was like, and I couldn't do it. I was so excited to do it this morning, bro. I have everything set up.
It rained.
Yes, unfortunately. I was just sitting in. I have a hot tub. I was just chilling in there for like an hour. Just like, I hope it stops. It stopped on Saturday, dude. It rained. It was like a horrible thunderstorm in the morning, and then it just completely dried, and it was so great by the afternoon. It's like that. Okay, then. Sure. Whatever, I suppose.
Well, is 2026 Reboot cooked?
Yeah, so as you saw, the main issues really is currently, right now, I'm going to talk about purely the United States. If your country is doing great and actually getting the merch, awesome. That's awesome for you. I got to speak on my own country. We suck. Mattel is horrible in here. In the US of A, nah, we are not locked in. We have the worst distribution. And the first thing is one of the main places you can get the new merch is Mattel has a store, like in a store where they sell just their stuff. Didn't know that existed. the vlogs of people going there to the new merch, like underneath these vlogs, there's like shots of like 22 Wooden Railway and Adventures and all this other crap. And I'm just sitting there like, why are we not filming the classic stuff? They're like shooting for this stuff. And these stores are in, I can only describe it as, if you went there, you probably will get pew. that is where these stores are located. And I'm just sitting there. So like somewhere I would never want to go for my safety. And then it's just like, oh my, how are these people are just, that's the only spot. It's in the US. And then also a random mom and pop shops also have these places. Yeah. So it's very bad. Target and Walmart, people have hacked into the Target and Walmart websites to find listings, like, Walmart's still creating them. They haven't got them yet. It's summer, Mattel. When's summer start? It starts in May, right? Like
summer starts in mid-June.
Mid-June.
Or like June 21st or something.
I guess spring, yeah. Spring is pretty long. I just think of spring. Spring break, up spring's earlier, summer. Either way, I guess, if it starts. June 21st, those toys better be in stores, Mattel. You said summer. I'm expecting it. Yeah, but currently, 80th merch is slop. That isn't. I don't know. 80th is a weird time because honestly, I think the problem is 80th might have been better, but everyone knew making them 1 year thing. They have to work with they were very limited. They weren't only allowed to make like 2 characters. They only made 1 playset. That honestly, I know we praised it pretty heavily in our video. It's not that great. It's a complete standalone playset. You can't use any of the pieces and do anything with it. And the cool station that you get, 1 platform. The other 2 are blocked off by plastic.
It's just better than what we got with All Engines Go.
The problem is, All Engines Go had so many, when All Engines Go sucked, the playset sucked. But when they made normal train sets, they were so much better than Trackmaster. Like Trackmaster 2's Gordon's Hill is just long, straight up, a single tiny straight piece of a bridge, and then meanwhile, All Engines Go, bridge to Sodor, you get a fully realistic Sodor suspension bridge. You get full-on normal track along. Like the Walmart one with Thompson Bruno, the car. That was like an amazing playset. And it was only like $30, $40. Like that was actually just like a train set. It's cool. It's dope. Yeah. That's the one thing that I did want to talk about. The quality of the 80th was a mixed bag. Because now that I live in this era, I look back and I miss the days where the problem was Thomas's printing was a little off.
Yeah.
The quality now is they straight up just don't even move. You have a chance where the motor inside doesn't come with grease and it won't even go forward. And that's something that happened with Vietnam when they switched to the 80th. A lot of 80th Gordons, and I think probably some others probably had it. They also would just not grease the motors. Completely worthless plastic now. And also, as you see, guys, with our cranky set, you have the chance of just getting plastic that's just not even there. Just completely broken. It's just like, these look better, and I'm like, I'm glad you have less odds of the side just not being there, but also, I don't know. 80th had another kind of charm to hunting and having those toys. That's another thing. You can't hunt for these. You can't go buy them.
They're not available in stores.
They're not available. They're not even. Amazon very recently has released these things. They're all gone now. You can't buy them anymore. They're gone. Because everyone bought them up as quick as they could because they wanted them. Because the distribution's so poor. Amazon has run out and completely taken down the pages for most of them. There's a few left, and it's stuff that hasn't come out yet that you can pre-order, like Bell Station, Story Talkers, stuff like that. But like the 3-packs, Gordon, Cranky set, Tin Myth, hold on.
I mean, in a way, except for the Tin Myth set, that was a good one. But it's kind of good that they're not making a ton because they suck. Like the quality control just isn't there.
Motorized is pretty garbage. Like the fact they won't even give you coal.
Oh yeah,
that's so dumb. Like actually,
coal sold separately.
And the Tin Myth Shed set is nice. Oh my goodness, is it so plastic?
Yeah.
The trains are plastic. The helicopter's plastic. Nothing is painted. No details. 5 million stickers to put on.
That's true.
It looks cool and it's fun to play with. It is literally the most cheap thing you could ever buy. So cheap. Unimaginably cheap. And that is really depressing.
If they just made these free roll, then a lot of the problem, like you could at least use it.
Because at the current moment, these things just are so bad. They don't move. They don't do things.
Again, I say this a lot, but when I was little, I never turned these things on. I only free roll them. So if it was free roll, yeah, I'd be disappointed that it doesn't work, but it wouldn't be like I wasted my money.
But
it'd just be I got ripped
for
off.
someone that's like, I used to play, because I had like almost every set. There's something unimaginable about spending like a whole afternoon getting every destination, constructing this massive thing, and then your train can't even go on it, and you just wasted. There's something so cool about watching your train go through all the different curves and how you had to figure out where to put all this stuff, and then it just can't do it at all. Especially with modern sets, it's not something where you can push them through a lot of the destinations.
True.
Like that bridge I was talking about, All Engines Go. It's designed in a way so the train can get through, but your hand doesn't really go into it. Maybe a kid hand might be easier, but it's still not really designed for that sort of thing.
And I wonder what will do better if like the die casts, the push long, are they still called? They're not called push long, are they? Anymore?
No. They're metal. I think they're just metal. Yeah, that's a weird name. I don't.
Even though they're plastic.
Well, I assume it's only the sets, and apparently this is something they started doing on Hot Wheel sets a few years ago. It's play sets. Your cars are plastic, and you have the individual ones are actually die cast metal. So they're just cheaping out for play sets, like how the Cranky Thomas we have is half the speed and half the power.
And the button's awful.
The button's awful, and the printing's worse on the play. They make a less good like they have a cheaper models they make for playsets. I'm like, I am paying way more for a playset. I feel like that should have better quality than the individual one, personally.
I agree.
Or they should have the same. That should be the preferred.
Just don't even put it in the set and decrease the price. So you, like, if you're.
But then their sets aren't going to sell if you're going to sell a Thomas Tin Myth Shed set. Thomas not included.
Well, then, yeah, you're right. Ah, man. I don't understand what is going through their head. I don't know how they're getting away with this. Actually, I do know. I speak
like we need to slowly start. So right now, what is the Thomas and Friends reboot about? There you go. Nothing. We know nothing. Mattel, I'm like, this reboot, I've considered failure. Already a failure. And I think it just goes back to how All Engines Go, weirdly, wasn't a failure at the start. It did everything it possibly could to put it out there to the public. I'm like, if we rewind the clock to about 2020, I think almost every Thomas fan, I'm not even talking general public, Thomas fans weren't even watching. Nobody was watching Thomas. It had completely fallen off. Like there wasn't this huge community we have now. Kind of happened because of All Engines Go.
Yeah. And
it like our channel and plenty of other people probably wouldn't be making Thomas content if Wubba continued, like nothing happened. But that day, Mattel had actual news and articles, unlike the only thing about this new show is an article on their website.
All I know about this new show is there's a new art style, and the 3 main cast are Thomas, Percy, and Rosie.
And that's an assumption. That was never stated.
Really?
That's just based on the channel banner.
The 3-pack even has James, not Rosie.
She's not even in the first wave. And then after in the diecast, she's only in the first wave, and she's not in the second or third waves this year.
So is she even a main character?
But, like, the only thing that gives off she's a main character is she did get her own music video in the Watch Out Thomases. And then she's on, like, the promotional arts as the third.
But is this another Mia Rebecca thing where
like
she's everywhere, but they don't actually do anything?
It's really weird. It's like... But I'm like, I don't know. Is Percy even going to be in the show? Bro, we have
Thomas going to be in the show?
That's the only one we know. There's 4 seconds of footage that we have. I'm like, All Engines Go dropped the poster of the brand new art style and the Thomas & Friends logo. I'm like, I'm sure it's engraved in all your memories. Seeing that for the first time was crazy. And then guess what? The next week, dropped a trailer. They got news outlets reporting on this. They got all this stuff. And All Engines Go really brought the fans back together. This was, I think, the last time the whole fan will ever agree. We all collectively agreed, heck nah. This is not happening. This is not. There was every single person in the world collectively agreed, stop this immediately. This is not Thomas the Tank Engine. And I don't even care what you're going to say. I actually liked it when it came out. No, you didn't. When you saw the posters, no, you didn't. You just want to be special, bro. It died. It sucked. It did. I don't care. And you can't even go, you liked it, didn't you? I was just fun having Thomas again, honestly. All Engines Go took all of the right steps. Revived the YouTube channel. Uploaded clips of the show. Actually
changed their logos. Promoted. Distributed.
Dude, All Engines Go toys were so fun to hunt for. And they weren't just all dropped one day on Amazon. Slowly released in stores. Promoted in stores. Like, the Talking Cranky set when it came out had its own in-cap display at Walmart. So, like, you walk into Walmart, oh my gosh, it's the new set. It's completely, like, out in the center of the aisle, so you can actually see it. There is no way that would ever happen today. It's just like, All Engines Go wasn't even good, and they were doing what they needed to.
It's like they feared the public backlash again, so I've been trying to keep it on the down low, but they misunderstood what the public backlash was. The public backlash was not that there's a reboot. The problem was that the reboot was for babies.
All Engines, get me out of this room. Yeah,
it was I think everyone, and no, you're probably lying if you say
back in 2021 it was everyone.
Everyone, when they saw that, was like, why are they marketing Thomas as a baby show?
I'm like, was the one guy that created Bob the Builder and Paw Patrol, specifically, he came out and said, for all these kid shows, you basically have 2 years, 2 to 4. He's like, for Paw Patrol, we've made such a marketable show. Our audience is 2 to 7. And that's so Mattel apparently heard that, went 2 to 4, about 0 months to 1. Like, what?
How about as soon as you understand English, you're gone?
Thomas, from back in the day, like model series before hit and ruined it, they had that golden formula of like 2 to 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I will even admit, the CGI series was definitely 2 to 4. They were just weirdos.
Yeah.
Right here. There's just weirdos. But like, Thomas had that huge range, and I think that's the key to having a successful show in modern day. Because I don't know much about Bluey, but I'm pretty sure that show is not sticking to the 2 to 4 range.
That's like,
it has broken out of that, like, extremely.
Bluey is like what Thomas used to be.
No, it's like
Bluey is doing everything right. And I remember when we hated on Bluey because he was taking over Thomas, but it's done well. Like, why are we hating on it?
It was just denial things back then. Now, I'll just admit they know what they're doing. And even for Paw Patrol, because, like, I remember I watched it back when it came out. I'm so old, like 2012, 2013. When it came out, it was pretty good. Like, it's like, it teaches like the baby 2-year-old lessons and they can focus. But if you actually, there's like a full-on like story happening within it. Like season 1 of Thomas tells a full-on story. Yeah. But you could watch any episode out of order and it's still entertaining.
Dude, All Engines Go was for a younger audience than freaking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, like it was straight up for an audience that didn't exist. They had to, because, you know, Bubba was still a thing, and Bubba was definitely a 2 to 4 range audience. So they killed any kid that was still watching Bubba. I don't know if there were, but anyone that was, they're gone. Actually, I knew a kid. My dad's co-worker's kid was into Tom. They collected all the freaking push-alongs and stuff. There's a reason I said, you know what, maybe I should pick up a few of these. They quit immediately when All Engines Go happened. Sold all their stuff at garage sale and completely quit Thomas because of All Engines. So it completely deleted its audience. Mm-hmm. And then by the time they were finally getting it, I think in 2023, All Engines Go was actually, I considered it successful. The toys sold. Really, the Christmas of 23, when Toby, Edward, and Henry released in Push Along, oh my goodness, they were so hard to find because kids and everybody wanted them. They looked good, minus Henry, but they looked really. Everyone was excited for them. We were all excited, like, oh, is ever gonna get an episode? Toby's episode happened.
The problem is they decided before seeing the success that they weren't gonna make it again. Now, obviously, I like that decision because I hated the show, but they're scared to distribute and release 2026 before the show comes out because of what happened to All Engines Go. But they're missing the point that the show, literally, Bubba, which is targeted 2 to 4-year-olds, felt mature compared to All Engines Go. The problem was not the distribution. The problem was not the reboot. The problem was that it was not targeted for the right audience and it was too babyish.
I'm like, I feel like, I don't know, All Engines Go, it got an audience. It definitely did. And like those kids, once again, will not be watching this new show unless that means this new show is cooked. If it can keep its All Engines Go audience, that means it is not going to be anything like actual classic comics.
If this show even targets like 2 to 4-year-olds, toddlers, then that's great. Like that's a step in the right direction. Obviously, we want to get to that 2 to 7 range. That's where Thomas thrives. But
that's where anyone thrives because you got him for so long.
Yeah.
Like if 2 to 4, it's a very short time span, and that's what I expect. But like that's probably the range you're going to get for Thomas and for much of the future. But you can break out of that. How much money you'll make,
but also the kids will remember it. So when they have kids, they'll be like, oh, you should watch Thomas. I watched Thomas. And then that cycle continues. Now, it's like they've never talked to a toddler. I mean, you can't really.
Yeah,
every toddler. Okay. What's their like go-to insult? Made you look, now you're in the baby book. They always talk about how they're not babies and call people they don't like babies. They don't like, because to them, that's the only thing younger than a toddler is a baby. So like as adults make fun, or they're like kid, or like.
Literally, did bro even pay attention?
Also, it should be, you should be disrespected. No, it's not your fault. It's your parents. All right.
Controversial today, boys. Now this is a podcast.
No, so as I was saying, toddlers, their insult is baby. I'm not a baby. You hear toddlers say that all the time. Even 5-year-olds, they go into my mom's a kindergarten teacher. She tells me, made you look, now you're in the baby book. All this baby talk, like baby is the thing younger than these kids, right? They're the second level of human life. Toddlers, so they look down upon babies, right? because that's the only thing they can make fun of. So they take the show meant for 2 to 4. I mean, they want to get to the 2 to 7. So what do? They bring it down to 0 to the second they're born. And so as soon as a baby has eyes, it's like, hell no, I don't like All Engines Go. So why would you even like
promotional things? I think All Engines Go's target audience was either 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. And I'm like, I feel like that's just the wrong audience to be going.
Because you know what? The toddlers who liked Wubba and like Thomas are gonna look and go, "That's for babies. I don't like baby, baby."
I'm like, I think they say history doesn't repeat itself, but like this happened so long ago when Hit Entertainment bought Thomas and they took those classic shows with like. And made the hit era with the very basic 3-strike formula episodes and all these like dumbed down, like those horrible, dumb learning segments, which make you feel like an idiot. like they just sit in like pure silence. What color is Thomas?
Yeah, right.
Is he red? No. Is he green? No. Is he blue? Yeah, like it's like if you make the audience feel dumb, they're not gonna want to watch your show at all.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like the learning segments, like
That's kind of what All Engines Go is. It's just a big learning segment,
but it's not even teaching you. It's teaching babies. Now,
and it's not even teaching good morals. It's actually teaching bad morals half the time. It's teaching you that if you like Nia deserves to have more rights and more powerful things than Diesel and that one stupid sheep episode. I will never get over that. That episode was horrible and it taught a garbage. Why does Nia deserves to be better and get to do more things than Diesel? What? Because he's a Diesel? Like, why does she get to be better? Like, that was the stupidest I was like, that was the dumbest message ever. Like, All Engines Go got rid of Steamies and Diesels, and Diesel's still getting dogged on. It's disrespectful. Bring back justice for Diesel. Let him be devious. He needs to get his comeuppance.
So I grabbed Pinkie Pie, and the reason I grabbed Pinkie Pie here, this is probably a better example than Bluey, mainly because it's more my era, but also it's probably a better show than Bluey in the sense it's been around for so long. It's actually been around, I think, since the 80s. But this particular
Thompson
version,
boys.
My Little Pony broke the mold completely. It's not even 2 to 7. It's literally any age, and it's because those. And not saying like adults are watching. I mean, obviously there's.
Yeah, if there's an adult near you watching My Little Pony, you probably don't want to be around them. Good chance.
But like parents will sit down and watch My Little Pony and be like, "Hey, like why is this?"
Parents will sit down and watch Bluey today.
True. So it's kind of the same. I'm going to use My Little Pony because I know it more than Bluey. I've watched one episode of Bluey, and we watch it together. So My Little Pony, what they did is they had very basic themes and they had very complex themes. So there's one episode in particular that's literally about the evils of communism. But it's also fun, action-packed, and just about how we're not all created equal.
Dang, I was a dumb toddler. I don't remember the communist episode.
Do you have anything to say about My Little Pony so I can look this up?
I can relate it to the message thing. Thomas and Friends, The Great Race. It had the B plot of The Great Race was Thomas. He sings an entire song that's almost like a suicide song. And I don't even know if YouTube might get us mad at that. But the song, Thomas says, break me, shake me, take me all apart. There has to be a better place to start. He's like, do I belong? I feel he doesn't feel, all the entrants are going to the big race, but him. And then at the end of the episode, he learns he can only be himself. There's nothing else he could possibly be. And, he learns that from Ashima, and he learned to use his own strengths, especially after. And then the main lesson of that was friendship. The main plot was that Gordon, forgot a safety valve. So Thomas raced across, jumped a bridge, did whatever he could to save Gordon in time. As there's a balance, like a 2-year-old can just see Thomas helping Gordon friendship, and then a 7-year-old could see Thomas the complexes of who he is, who do I want to be.
It's the same thing. You've got friendship. That's the whole point of this show, is the power of friendship. But another thing is they don't strive for the equality of every friend has their strengths. Pinkie Pie, party goer, right? Rainbow Dash is the cool
party goer.
Who's
the party goer of our friend group? We have a party goer.
I don't know.
Cameron the party goer?
Actually, you might be the partier.
I the partier?
Because you host.
I host I'm the partier, guys!
All right, so okay. Pinkie Pie is the partier, right?
I'm the partier.
Rainbow Dash is the sports. Spike is Cameron.
That's the dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my point is, and then Apple Dash, or Apple Dash. Is it Apple Dash? Wait, no, it's Rainbow Dash and Apple.
I'm deleted most of that from my brain. Sorry.
Apple, what is it?
You need anything about?
It's not
Thomas.
Apple.
I got you.
Okay,
I got it. I'll look it up.
Maybe it is. No, I don't remember. It is Apple Dash.
I'm sure it'll bring it up.
What the?
Okay, it just gave me an anime sketch. Why?
Okay, it is Apple Dash.
Why?
What am I looking at? All right. Apple Dash.
Don't look up Apple Dash. You just get inappropriate images. Oh gosh.
Anyway.
It's like
Apple Dash is like the
Applejack. It's like the
Applejack.
That's what it came up with. Yeah.
Applejack.
You know what I think about it?
Oh my gosh.
It just brought up shit. It's just like a freaking fan fiction.
Okay, but Applejack, totally different character. And guess what? They don't try to be this all equal. Everyone has strengths and everyone has weaknesses, right? That's something that All Engines Go failed to do. And if Thomas and Friends is about, it's the same kind of show. Friendship. This one's more geared towards boys. So why do we not? So we have female characters. Obviously, I want female characters. But why should we not have equal amounts? Because this should be targeted to 2 to 4-year-old boys. And this, 2 to 4-year-old girls, right?
Mattel really wants Thomas to just be 2 to 4-year-olds in general. And that's just where they're failing.
Yes.
You really need to narrow down an audience so that way you can really target them.
It's like when you ask a business, who is your product for? And they're like, everyone. And it's like, shut up. No, it's not. Like if you make tents, right? Camping tents, what is your target audience? Campers. Okay. What age? Yeah, probably 30 to 40-year-old campers, usually men. That is so not everyone. Not You go to a hardware store, they're not marketing to 20-year-old women, right?
And I'm not saying this toy, a 40-year-old woman and a 2-year-old boy could go buy this toy and enjoy it. But to market it towards the 40-year-old woman would be stupid.
Because that's a smaller percentage of the viewers.
I'm like, your main audience should be targeting the little boys.
You need to narrow down your audience. Otherwise, you're just going to throw out slop. Look at AI, actually. You look at AI, you ask a question, it says some stupid shit because it's trying to gear it towards everyone. It's like, oh, it's always sunny today. It's like I ask AI, hold up, let's actually do it. I'm going to pull up Gemini. I'm going to ask, what is today's weather?
We're off topic, guys. We're talking about the failure of our top 26. That's it. We are on topic. That's what we're talking about. I don't know.
What is today's
watching
weather?
A podcast. Today's weather?
This is the failures of 2026. We already went over what failed. It's the distribution.
And we're talking now.
Now we're talking about how we can save it in the failures of All Engines Go so that you don't repeat.
We're just kind of talking about 26. I don't know.
Oh wow! It actually didn't give me some bullshit answer. Hey, it changed it. It would. So I asked, "What is the weather?" and it actually gave me the weather. But before it'd be
Google is the weather 70 degrees. See if it'll just lie to you and say it is.
Yeah, it will respond though. Oh, it's a beautiful sunny day, but shut up! Stop trying to.
I think that's where we're in the wrong boat. I currently don't have hope for the rest of the year for this new merchandise at all. Not even a little. Clearly, it's failed because I'm like, it's not going to improve when it goes to Walmart next month. In a single month, like they were made at the beginning of the year, and these products are going to go the same thing to the stores unless we completely try again, add 2 batteries, and completely redesign the toys, which Mattel just straight up doesn't have time to do anymore. These toys suck and they can't be fixed. Their best odds are just we cancel Wood and Railway. Maybe I know motorized trains are really key for a franchise about talking toys, but it might be best if you cancel motorized right now. Double down on diecast, start heavily promoting it, and maybe rework motorized and wait.
Yeah. So for 2026, Thomas, to succeed, what we need to see is lessons done well. Obviously, good writing, like Bluey, like original Thomas, like even like late air, like nitrogen writing. I feel like would be acceptable.
I don't. The 3 strikes, baby. You mean
it's better than what we were getting with all. I mean,
I'll give nitrogen that one thing. It was really dumb and honestly unwatchable in modern day. But it didn't teach your kid that someone's better than the other kid. It didn't teach them that playing a game and following the rules will get you in trouble and make your friends not like you if you follow the rules, and you should not follow the rules. It didn't teach stupid lessons. It actually taught, like, the most basic things. Like, a giant inflated bubble on a flatbed can't go through a tunnel. We're given by a clown.
So, I mean, maybe it's not quite acceptable. But I will say, what they need to do, instead of these stupid lessons, do the lessons that actually matter. And an example of that would be do an episode where we are allowed to disagree and still be friends. Because that's something modern day is just not acceptable. You're not allowed to disagree and like someone. If you disagree with someone, you have to hate them. And that seems to be the
Nitrogen had, you could connect that plot to Day of the Diesels. Percy and Diesel 10, at the end of that movie, form a very unlikely bond with one another. And while we never fully get to see Diesel 10 again, it really seems like he did connect with Percy. Like, they had nothing really agreed on, and they still found common ground. Like, when Diesel 10 was trying to manipulate Percy into being friends, he kind of ended up becoming friends with him. And I think that, honestly, if, the ending could have been written better, it could have been crazy when Diesel 10's messing around and Percy comes into the Steamworks. Diesel 10, like, snapping his claw. Percy, he wasn't scared of Diesel 10 anymore. He went right up to his face. And imagine if he just said, after all this, we aren't friends anymore, and he just left. Diesel 10's like, I have a Steamworks now, but I lost the only true friend I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of that movie, even though Diesel 10 loses because he's told not to do it by Topham Hatt, they kind of become friends afterwards. And even in the one episode that Diesel 10 gets, the Christmas trees, how he steals Christmas decorations, it's Percy who confronts him and gets him to give it back of their friendship. It was very unlikely they don't agree on everything, sure, but, it's kind of cool. It's a pretty cool lesson.
Yeah. And also, you don't need a lesson in every turn of every episode. Mm-hmm. Sure. It can be light motives. It can just be fun. It can be action-packed sometimes.
The original Railway series stories, Edward and Gordon. That is about Gordon getting stuck on a hill, and he has to be saved by the old Edward. And that's the entire story. So simple. So train related.
Yeah, everything's train related.
Like, honestly, like, what was there a lesson there? Like, Gordon got stuck, and he was kind of mean to Edward. He got stuck, and then basically karma got him, and he had to be saved by the person. But he didn't say thank you. The episode even called it. Gordon raced down the hill, and was like, not even a thank you. And that's it.
Yeah.
Kind of simple stuff.
What they should do is a classic episode. Maybe the first episode. Maybe not the first, but the one should be about every engine's strength. You know, Thomas, let's say Thomas. Thomas thinks he can pull Henry's goods train. And he says, this isn't fair. This is not equality. This is not whatever. I should be able to pull Henry's goods train. So he sneaks off with it. And he takes it and he can't pull it, right? And it's late. He tells Henry, I got the goods train. And Henry is tired. So Henry says, oh, all right, I'll take a break.
Pretty Henry, honestly.
And Thomas goes to take the goods train. Well, they wake up in the morning. The Flying Kipper's not at Vickerstown. Is that where it goes, right?
It goes past. It goes to the mainland.
Okay. It didn't make it, right? And they just see Thomas still trying to pull it, right? And he's made no ground. Thomas is not designed to pull the Flying Kipper, right?
And he never will be able to pull the Flying Kipper.
That is a good lesson because not everyone can do everything. And that's something I think we've gotten away from in the modern world, not to get too much into the modern world. But these are lessons that kids need to learn. Hey, I have strengths and other people have strengths. Henry's not going to be as good on Thomas's branch line pulling Annie and Clarabelle.
He's not even. He might. I think Thomas's branch line's a very fragile ground. I think the tracks would straight up collapse under like a Gordon or Henry because they're too heavy. They're not. I don't even think they'll make some of the sharp turns because like it's just a little countryside branch. You know, it's not a straight line.
It's not that Thomas isn't as important as Henry. He just has a different skill set, and Henry has a different skill set.
And that's something like, not Blood of the show, but what was a movie even had? Like, when Nia fell off the cliff, the first thing Thomas did was try to rescue her. And guess what it does? It only ends up causing him to fall off the track and start sliding. And it's only thanks to young Bao, who was way stronger than Thomas, and then working together, pulled it up. And then young Bao, the first thing, he's like, Thomas, you're an idiot. You didn't bring a snowplow to a snowy mountain. He's like, I know you wanted to apologize, but, you know, you should have prepared. Clearly, you weren't able to rescue Nia. Like, she was on the side of a cliff, but you would have better odds rescuing her, going back, getting help. Like, she's not going to fall off it. She was fine. She's just sitting on the side of a cliff. Thomas, trying to heroically save the day and be the hero, caused her and him to almost die.
Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of Thomas's character, which is why he is stubborn. He wants to be the main character. He wants to be the hero. And there are people in life who want to do that. They want to be the hero. But you can't be the hero if you're going to make things worse. And that's another thing. Like, if I'm a 2-year-old, maybe I don't understand it, but that idea being planted in my head of I can't always be the hero. Sometimes I have to think things through and get help, you know?
And
like, Thomas thinks he can do everything on his own.
Which teach the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
You are the hero. You single-handedly
you can do anything you want because you are you and you are
back to the Nia Diesel episode. I'll always bring that up. Basically, that episode teaches I don't need Diesel. I don't need anybody. I can cheat and win. I can single-handedly round up all the sheep. I'll force Diesel to haul them, and I'll use my whistle to win the competition because I don't know. I'm a woman. I don't know.
Strong, independent woman.
Yeah, exactly. Like Nia. I'm like, what? Who is teaching this trash?
And it's not how things are, and you know, I think that's largely the issue with All Engines Go, but even Nitrogen. Nitrogen just didn't feel like it had any substance.
There was nothing there. The only good thing about Nitrogen usually is the visuals. Yeah. They're pretty good with the visuals.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we don't talk about what happened to them, but they did good when they were Thomas. then they went on and made.
So right now, 2026 is failing. And the reason it's failing is because they're not pushing it at all. We talked about this when we did in some other podcasts.
We talked about, this is all you guys want to hear, so this is all we're talking
about. I don't have much else to say. It's bad decision making. They're clearly not putting the effort to revive it. They're kind of hoping it dies, it seems.
And it's so weird because how much money do you think was spent? On Legends Go, used the Trackmaster 2 body shells and then worked from the ground up. So it's probably less expensive. This is a completely redesigned toy. Mm-hmm. How much money did that cost to pay people to completely redesign the entire cast? And 2D animation is so much cheaper to produce. It was even shown in the fact All Legends Go, the original, before Netflix stole it, could make 52 episodes compared to the 26 or sometimes even 20 that CGI Thomas had to do, or model series, because randomly when the government collapses in 2008, the episodes cut to 20, and then in 2021 or 2020, blah blah got cut to 20 because the government sucked again. Yeah, every time there's a recession or something hits, they had to tank the episodes. All Legends Go could keep going nothing happened because they were so quick and easy to make. We're only getting, I think, 15 episodes of this. And then, a special.
And we'll see how it does.
And they're all exclusive to Netflix, and you can't watch them anywhere else. So it won't even go to theaters or anything. So, the old ones, they weren't contractually binded to Netflix. You could go put it in the theater, even if it's just an hour. And I'm I don't even care if it's exclusive to a big city like Los Angeles. Putting it anywhere in a theater would help it so much, because at least movie theaters will promote something so the general public knows Thomas is making a movie and he's back. There is nothing.
Yeah. As far as the general public knows, All Legends Go is still a thing, even if they even know that.
And the last time All Legends Go was in the media was when Bruno was added, and Mattel made this huge push. Not even on all. It wasn't even talking about All Legends Go. They were just saying, "Look, we added an autism character. We're so inclusive and diverse," and that's it. They didn't talk about Bruno as a character, any of his traits. They just said, "Look, he's autistic. Give us praise." Yeah, actually, and Bruno was actually kind of decently written. But they talked about nothing. They just wanted those points. That brownie. They just
wanted the brownie points for adding an autistic character. And I don't have a problem with an autistic character. If you think that's what we're saying, then you're not listening. What we're saying is they made an autistic character for the brownie points, and he was written kind of well, but they didn't even care about the character. They just wanted the...
the writers were the ones that came in and actually wrote Bruno well. I'm sure Mattel didn't care how horrible or good he was written at all. Because him being a brake car is such a cool concept, because when he brakes, he hates the noise when he brakes, which is really fun. And then also, because it's All Legends Go, the steam that comes out when he brakes creates a little headphone. So is that not a genius? Character design?
Well, the other thing too is I feel like they didn't miss an opportunity. Maybe a little bit. So if Bruno's going to be an autistic character, why don't you teach...
Sorry, he has a toy.
What they should do is teach kids, okay, so you have an autistic character. How do you interact with someone who's not as socially aware, not as...
I forgot. Legends Go, I feel like they failed later on, but his original episodes, Thomas said, I don't know, a saying, later alligator or something to Bruno. And Bruno just stares at him what? And then Thomas kind of silent whispers to him, "Oh, right." And then he explains what he actually meant to Bruno.
Mm-hmm. That's what you need, because the truth is there's an uptick of autism. I'll use the United States because that's what I know. In the United States. So why don't you just use that opportunity to teach kids how to interact with people who are autistic? Because people who are autistic aren't it's not like they're not functional, obviously. Mm-hmm. Very functional people. And they're usually really good at stuff. But typically autistic people are less socially aware. So what you need is to be able to, how do you interact with these people? How do you help them through their situation?
I don't think Connor's gonna appear. I just don't think.
No, I think
I don't think Bruno would work in this. I don't know how he won't work. I'm like, he's just straight up gonna become Toad. Like, there's not gonna be much character there. Though CGI really gave Toad. It's a pretty cool Spotlight episode, you know. Like the one by Spotlight, I mean, I think he has one episode ever. But the one about a whale where he says there's a beached whale on the thing and no one believes him. Oh, it's just Toad. Who cares, you know? It's just nobody. Oliver doesn't believe him until Toad tells Thomas in the shunting yard, and Thomas is like, really? I'm gonna go check that out. So he goes to the beach. Oh my gosh, there's a beach whale. And then they save the whale, and then, you know, Oliver learns, hey, maybe I should listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know how you're going to do Bruno when he's not able to, like, he is a brake car, which is an issue, because in All Engines Go, he could do whatever he wants. You know, he could move on his own, go shove wrong. He won't be able to do that in the new show. Maybe. Again, I know nothing about it, you know? Maybe the trains can do whatever they want. I'm like, I don't even know if we know they have drivers or not, so.
Yeah. So to wrap this up, I think overall 26, is it failing? It's not a good start. I don't know if I'd say it's failed yet.
I wouldn't say it's failed yet. But like, if we're just objectively looking at it from where we're sitting today,
it is not a good look.
It's really bad. But I'm hoping the next time we podcast and we're completely wrong and this video is outdated, that's amazing. That'd be so great.
That's good.
We just need a trailer. All Engines Go dropped a trailer, and it was so good. It had so many little Easter eggs when they dropped that. Like, Carly and Sandy appeared. Half a second, they didn't name them or anything. So it left a complete mystery of who they were. And, you know, that starts rumors and things. Mm-hmm. Or they showed Diesel being the villain. And we all thought he'd be like the main villain. Even when I watched the pilot, The Thomas Promise, Diesel was the bad guy, and then he never was the bad guy.
So the problems with the new thing are actually, it's not the same as All Engines Go. And this is why I'm saying, if it was the same as All Engines Go, I think Mattel's doing the right thing keeping it on the down low. Like, if they know the show's going to suck, keep it on the down low. But this isn't the same thing because they have good ideas. Watch our podcast where we checked out the new sets before they were released, and we were praising them because they looked awesome.
And hopefully the rest of the sets are awesome.
Hopefully they remake these and they're awesome. The problem is quality control is really destroying these things. And I know things are more expensive because they were using.
Honestly, if we have to make these toys more expensive to get quality, I feel like that's just a better idea, because you'd rather have a parent like chop down $30 for a motorized rather than 10, but it won't go forward and the entire face is just chipped off in the first minute.
Right.
You're just gonna get return after return after return, and no one's gonna buy the used ones, and you're just sitting on. I think that's why Amazon pulled Tin Machettes, because I know so many people are returning that thing. They don't want to. They're returning the cranky sets, and I'm like, there's not even a single used listing on Amazon. I bet Amazon shipped every single one back to Mattel, or just disposed of them. They're like, no one's gonna buy this.
Well, and this is the last new thing I think I'm going to say, but everyone's complaining about how expensive things are, and I do the same.
Who doesn't?
But here's the thing,
I'm
right?
sure I would be complaining
this
in
isn't,
1930.
This is
that
not.
Gas was a quarter.
This is not food, right? This is not necessary to sustain life, guys. And Vietnam is using much more ethical production lines. Now, are they worse? Yes. But I think that's more Mattel's fault. I think they're making bad designs. Mm-hmm. But it is more ethical. So if that means it needs to be more expensive to get the same quality, it's not like I'm raising the price of your essential food. People who think this is a necessity are out of their minds. This is
actually not.
And I'm not saying they should be super expensive. Obviously, I like things to be, but a good toy can last. You can have one Thomas and have so much fun if it works, right? You do not need everything.
That's also another problem with toy markets. I think Mattel had a big issue with that in Auctions Go, is with such a limited cast, once the parents bought one Thomas, one Percy, they're not going to go out and buy another one. Mm-hmm. So, and when you just release variant after variant of Percy, the parents like, oh, I already bought a Percy. I don't need graffiti Percy.
Yeah, make new characters. Honestly, like the characters like Molly and Billy and
like they were really stupid hit era, and they didn't use the characters good in the show.
But
they brought so much life to the
toys. I love having so many different characters.
And unlike this motorized line, this diecast line they won't release. What we know with that company that leaked like the sheet of the year's push along line release, we're getting Rheneas, Duck, Charlie. So we're getting all these different characters. Yeah. It's gonna be great. This is what you should do instead of variants. Characters. You know how many characters Thomas has now, and we're not making toys of them?
4.
Dude, even freaking Wooden Railway. Like, they were making every character. They were doing Railway Series characters just to make them.
Yeah.
Why not?
And we liked it.
Dude, everyone's like...
From a toy perspective, we liked it.
I'm like, everyone loves Fred. And he just... The random orange troublesome truck that appeared in one Railway Series illustration, not even named. Wooden Railway gave him a name and did it. Or Rickety. There's like a million Rickety releases of the truck. There was no name. They made up a name for this truck and gave him a full-on backstory.
Yeah.
Wooden Railway gave Scruffy a backstory of how he chipped his tooth.
Yeah. Wooden Railway, like our Wooden Railway layouts would not be the same if it was 5 characters. If it was just the 80th, like take the 80th characters. If we just had those, it'd be like, what are we doing? But since we have like 100 different characters, it feels so much more alive and so much more fun.
Like the 80th was fun to collect, not because it had characters. It was fun to collect purely on factory errors and mistakes, or like changes in the packaging design.
Yeah,
that is not what you want people to be collecting your toy line for. You want them to collect it to get every character.
Yeah,
I'm buying the 5th Scotsman because I'm like, oh my goodness, this one has no side graphics. Wouldn't you like, oh, there's a brand new Rheneas. I don't have Rheneas. Let me buy him. Yeah. Because it's like that one will work for a kid. Like me buying a Scotsman because the printing's off, not a parent's going to be doing that.
Right.
They bought all 7 the first month they released. Now you lost a customer all the way. That was it. They're not going to buy any more of your toys anymore.
Yeah. So overall, I think 26 has a chance. It has a chance, but it depends on how.
It's already got a very big misstep.
It's dug itself into a hole. Now, how does it respond? Does it dig deeper or does it fill it in? And you just keep going and just say, all right, we made a mistake. We're going to take the hit and we're just going to keep going.
And there's one thing also with the new show is the YouTube channel has a big problem. Look, those Watch Out Thomases are original new content. Whether you like them or not, they get views. They release a single classic series episode every week. It gets views. And like every other day in between, our compilations of All Engines Go, Wubba episodes with a model series cover. Like 60-minute compilation. And I think that drags down the entire channel views. There's no such thing as uploading too much.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it really hurts because I don't think the new show is getting as... Imagine if they just released one new 26 thing, one model series episode per week. Cut out everything. Or sometimes if you want to, instead of a model, you can release CGI or AD. Whatever. Like one full episode and then a new Watch Out Thomas thing and cut out all the compilations. Everything's going to get more views because people can just click on those videos right away instead of the things they don't want. Oh, it's okay. I got a comment.
Okay.
All right.
Got anything else?
Not really. I mean, who knows? Honestly, this new show is pretty new. I'm just Mattel. Please get your distribution right, because Amazon
quality control.
I hate Amazon shopping these days. It sucks, dude. I remember back in like 2023, it was nice, dude. If I could avoid Amazon shopping, I would, because straight up, it's gambling with this new merchandise. It's gambling. You don't get to see it. You don't get to feel it or touch it or know what you're getting. Bro, if these were... Apparently, we're getting toys back at Targets. We're getting them in the Walmarts. We're getting them in all these... Get them in as many stores as possible. I don't even care if they're in the very back, like the milk, very back of the store. If they're there, they can sell. It's possible. If they're not in a shop, there's nothing that can be done. Like, I know a lot of you guys won't know what this store is, but Meijer has recently cleared out the entire Thomas aisle and it's empty. It has not been replaced with anything else yet. But it's complete. They did a clearance sale. They cleared all of the 80th, all the AGs. There's nothing. It's empty, and it looks like Thomas is leaving there. So which means there's only one spot, a worldwide spot to buy it would be Walmart. Is the only place to buy it.
It's only in the United States.
In the U.S. I said that at the start of the video. This is U.S. only.
Oh, yeah. You just said in all of them. Anyway.
And all the world, my world is the U.S.
Gotcha.
Sorry, guys.
That's getting clipped. All right.
Sure.
Know It All 2008. You're born 10 years before me, and you're also never watching this show. Great comment.
Great comment. This new, and that is fair. I feel like, and honestly, if we're being honest, these toys kind of make you want to not watch this new show because it doesn't seem that great.
Will it be the same quality as the toys? I guess.
Yeah. Like, wow, is the show just gonna randomly glitch out of nowhere? Is it the train's gonna go?
Are they gonna stop?
Like, is it just gonna stop mid thing and like, oh, I just don't work anymore.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon.
The See You Later podcast. Also, guys, don't forget to check out the brand new Cranky review. I may not own it anymore, but I still filmed it. So we got a great review coming out of the Cranky set. Feel free to check that out after this podcast. By after, I mean in 2 hours.
See ya.